Good afternoon, everyone. I want to start the afternoon off by telling you about the power of light. My company creates sunshine indoors, turns rainy days into sunny days, makes you happy, makes you cold, makes you warm, wakens you up, sends you to sleep, and we even have a romance function. So listen up, you're going to learn something. My company is amBX. That's short for ambient experience. And what we do is we deal with light. We deal with the new generation of light. This is digital light. This is light that hasn't existed until a couple of years ago. And we work exclusively with digital LED lighting, doing things with it that have not previously been possible. So in the next 4 minutes and 14 seconds, I want to tell you a bit about that and what I think it can do for digital out of home. So we're actually talking about here are new possibilities with lighting. With modern digital LED lights, you can reproduce 16 million colors instantly. With great, clever software controls, which is what my company does, a new generation of dynamic, intelligent lighting is now here. This is breaking through already in lifestyle and entertainment. We already work with video games. We're putting things in people's home cinemas. We're doing bars, hotels, restaurants. And in fact, not far from here, there's a huge 4-room, 500-person conference center that's fully controlled by amBX and doing all of those things that I mentioned right at the outset. But what we're now doing is we're seeing that we are at a unique moment. It's the convergence of digital lighting, the capabilities of LED, with new generation software controls that can do things very quickly, dynamically, and react to all sorts of triggers like amBX, coupled with the scientific understanding that we've now gathered through lots and lots of academic research and medical research about the impact of light on us as human beings. Light is unlike any other force in the universe. It has the most immediate impact on us as humans. We're programmed to react to light. That blue head image with that clock is a symbol of the circadian cycle. We all live by that day in, day out. The sunrise tells us to get up and be alert. The sun goes down, it tells us to go quiet and go to sleep. And if you watch television and play video games till 1 a.m., you're getting too much of the wrong color of light, and so you'll probably have trouble sleeping. Now, this is all being understood, and it's now being applied to communication, to human performance. We're now working with improving office lighting to improve human productivity in those offices, because this kind of lighting all day is dreadful for us as humans. It's wrong. So we change that. And in our daylight world, when we're indoors, we actually have clouds passing and things moving around. You don't notice it, but your body reacts to it. And in fact, if you've got no sight at all, if you're blind and you have no vision capability, your body will still react to the color of light. And that's recently been discovered. So we're at this moment in time of understanding, wow, all of these things, all of these conditions and capabilities of light affect us so much. What we now have is a technology, an affordable low-cost technology through LED digital lighting that can be deployed and used. And what we now need is the very clever control system. Hi, that's me. That's what we do. And we're working in all of these areas. We're even working with health, where we've seen light move from being ordinary therapy to now becoming part of treatment. We've applied it to video. This is now getting relevant to digital out of home. We've applied it to video. We do dynamic video to light. Here's an example of a screening room. We use LED lights to extend the content around the screen and the audience and wrap it around you. And that immerses you in the content, puts you in the scene. Apply this to digital out of home. We can increase visibility, engage attention, generate new levels of emotional responses, and we can even make it interactive and open it up to Twitter feeds, text, etc. Don't do much in daylight, but when at dusk and evening, the lights come down, you can transform that iconic site. You can make it work dynamically without human intervention, automatically from content. Just a couple of very early examples. I think we need to start thinking about using lights in new ways with outdoor, especially digital out of home. And if you're interested in doing that with us, we want to talk to you. 2 seconds left. Thank you.
My name's Sam from Blippar. All here about actually turning outdoor interactive. So Blippar is an augmented reality platform. Hands up if you have a clue what that means. Blimey, impressive. My grandma describes it as black magic. I'm slightly concerned that some of her friends at the Bowls Club genuinely believe I sell black magic for a living, and I've probably had a voodoo put on me. Blippar is all about having one platform to engage any kind of media, except radio. So we can work on TV, print, outdoor. But we don't want you to have to go and do some special coding, some special digital screens, NFC tags, all those extra costs. We're about taking, if a press team does a press advert and it's blippable, they take that advert and they put it on outdoor. You then can interact with it. So Blippar is all about taking an image, and we've done so far, we've done buildings, we've done stuff from Disney, I'll show you in a second, we've done product packaging, t-shirts, you name it, but lots of outdoor. You take that, you open up Blippar, you hold it against that image from any distance. So we've done across Leicester Square, we've done the biggest billboard in Vegas, there's no size limitations. Once you blipped, only your imagination is holding you back. So we have a lovely saying in the office that if you can't think of it, you need to do it. And if we can't do it, we will do it. So we had brands that come to us and say, look, we want to do this. Right, we can do that straight away. So this is one we did for Disney, where we actually took a whole building in Shoreditch for the Wreck-It Ralph movie. You could then blip this poster, the building came out in 3D, and you could play the actual Fix-It Felix game. Obviously, it's a beautiful execution, but obviously it shows, once again, how large it can work. This is one of my personal favourite blips of all time, regardless of what media it is. This was for Pernod Ricard, for Jameson's, in Australia alone. They launched a new Jameson's and Cloudy Apple and Jameson's and Coca-Cola drink. Unfortunately, it didn't make it to production in the UK because it was absolutely fantastic. They did 16 bus stop posters in Sydney. You could blip this and play a game. You then could share your score and the actual advert you'd seen on Facebook and Twitter. That got blipped in every country that has internet connection, bar North Korea. It still gets blipped today, and it was last February. So over 14 months ago, from 20 posters in Sydney, they actually had a global reach. So Blippar is about, say, converting that media. Once you converted it, doing anything that your phone can do. So if you're walking down the high street now and you see an advert for a Fox movie that's coming out, you blip it, you get the trailer. You'd be able to ring straight away and book tickets, or go online and book tickets. You can also add all the cinema times to your diary instantly. If you say you're walking down, you see a product for, let's say, Head & Shoulders or Ariel for Procter & Gamble. Christ, not one left. You can go through there, you can blip. You can get customer reviews based on your Facebook friends. You can actually add that product directly to the basket and make it trackable. So I don't know how many people here will try and sell your media on eyeballs and potential footfall, but we can actually physically now track how many people stop and engage with it. The beauty of Blippar is that it's always pull content. The users opt to engage. We can tell you how many people actually purchase, how many people make a phone call. The greatest thing, we can tell you when they did it, where they did it. So you can actually drill down and find out which of your outdoor activities is driving that different sale. You then can even run different adverts. So you can have one that's on the southbound versus the northbound side of the track and tell you which people are doing different things. Take that data and see that on a Monday to Thursday lunchtime, people are doing X. But on a Friday to Saturday, when they've got long more time to sit and wait and there's more likely to be train track problems, they do different things. We've done things where products come out of a page in 3D and you can try them on. We've just done a beautiful one for Max Chilton, one of the F1 drivers, off outdoor in his pit crew. It's actually in his pit crew for when they have VIP guests. So it's not mass media. But you can actually try on a 3D helmet. You can put yourself in the 3D car. Got 40 seconds left to go. I'm actually going to leave it early. Yes. And the big thing I say to Blippar is actually if you've got an idea or you haven't got an idea, just talk to us. We'll help you to sell your media, to sell to your clients, because if you do well, we do well. Thank you very much for your time.
Hi there, I'm Dan from Liveposter. This is less of a sales pitch, and because we actually work with all of you media owners in the room, and more of a call to action for how we can collaborate to steal share from other channels. So Liveposter is both a platform and a digital out-of-home specialist creative capability. So we can, a quick glimpse at the platform, end-to-end, content creation, content management, distribution, scheduling, moderation, everything you need in a platform to deliver a digital campaign. But what we really want to focus on today, my piece for today, is picking up on Tim's point about cannibalization. So if you look at this rather inelegant chart, you'll see that we're not growing the medium through digital, and we believe that we can help build the medium by using convergence, multi-screen thinking, so it's going after all-screen money and doing what digital is really good for. So our Adidas client, for example here, opportunity in the World Cup, all the games are very late. Normally, tactical money goes straight into print. The opportunity here is to be the real-time medium. So we're clicking countdown to the game across all the best formats, building excitement, building a launch of a game, obviously building us the Twitter capability, as we said earlier, and then getting into second screening. Social TV, massive opportunity, Twitter engagement. We can do dynamic into TV content as well, pulling hashtags, getting people involved, gamifying. We go straight out, as soon as the competition is starting running, we're going into broadcast. And it's the opportunity to see the screens working in an ecosystem, I think, is the most important thing that we can offer you guys. You know, it's the hygiene factor of the platform is obviously there. It needs to be seamless, it needs to be efficient, and that's how obviously we give brands confidence. But how you're going to steal money from the media plan is by thinking across these channels and how we can really make that a bigger thing. And that's my pitch to you. So just with my last couple of minutes, I just want to say, yeah, if we can do anything for you, it's working earlier into the plan and helping you go grab some of this extra money. And the World Cup is a classic one because the reactive money is there. Games finish at 11 o'clock. We could be live 5 minutes later or in real time, depending on which media owners we're talking to. And I think that's the way we're going to really grab people's attention and do more of the medium. Thanks very much.
This is OpenSplash. This is something I was involved in a couple of years ago. It's free. So the only thing I'm selling you, or OpenSplash is selling you, is some free software. OpenSplash was donated to the industry by IUDA Media Systems, one of our sponsors today. And they gave away $1 million worth of development costs, which they put into their player software over about 10 years. One of the points with all the things you've seen today, you've seen some great innovations with technology, with some of my fellow elevator pitch speakers over there. And you've also seen some great presentations from people like the coffee cup guys. The trouble is with a lot of this stuff, they're reinventing the wheel. Open source computing is well known in the rest of the industry. In fact, Android is a good example of open source computing. The deal is why reinvent the wheel, right? Why reinvent a new player every time you want to do something? So open source is a way that you take the code, redevelop it, and you give it back to the industry. So you've heard those messages today again and again and again, but you've heard them from media people. The technology people haven't been telling you this message that we should be reusing things. So Tim Bleakley told you, let's learn, let's give things back to the industry. Tom Bleakley did exactly the same thing. And Lord Sugar on video, when he talked about pay-per-look, was basically saying the same thing. Let's come up with new means of measurement, new ways of doing things and giving it back to the industry. OpenSplash is free. What you need to do as a media owner is insist with all of your partners, whether they be content companies, software companies, is that they start using open source because it gives you freedom. It makes their life a little bit more difficult in places because they don't like the idea of giving things away for free. But what we're doing is we're building an industry. So why reinvent the wheel when you can use what other people have put together? It runs across all those different platforms, the Penguin, Android, iOS, Windows, whatever else. Is it in use? Yes. Now, mainly in America at the moment, OpenSplash players played $7.2 million of digital out-of-home in 1 month. They did that because Van Wagner, which is, if you're not American, you don't know Van Wagner is the Ocean Outdoor of New York. They're the upstart. They're the guy who formed the company on the back of a motorcycle. He was a taxi driver, I think. And they're like Tim Bleak. They're like Lord Goddard. They're the, sorry, Tim and Tom are in the room, but they're the upstarts of the industry. They upset the apple cart. They piss off Titan. They piss off DeCo and CBS. So they're obviously a good candidate to use open source software. $7.2 million of digital out-of-home because they've converted every single screen to run open source software. OpenSplash is also doing proof of play. You can't see these things there, but all the stuff that Quivity people do, proof of play is here, and the stuff that the Tagalog people are going to talk to you about later on, similar. Cerebro enabled, so if you don't know what Cerebro is, it links in with the Root system, so Root here in Europe, or UK, and Tab in the US. They do big video walls, so again, you're not reinventing the wheel by trying to build something that you can't necessarily build easily. That's a Van Wagner screen, made of 3 different big video screens. You can't see it particularly well, but curved and whatever else, all done with OpenSplash software, all free, did I say? It supports Paperlook. What Lord Sugar was talking about was Paperlook. It's there with OpenSplash. OpenSplash demonstrated it. They gave it free of charge to the industry last year. Paperlook works with the OpenSplash players. Some examples there where you get the face detection. This was done with Intel software, not with Crivity, but it's been converted to Crivity now. You see the person, look at it, and that's the eyeballs, and they put the whole thing together, and they gave you a technology demo at various trade shows of how Paperlook will work. So you don't need to go and buy any software to do this stuff. Last thing, outdoor cookies. This is a term you're going to hear more of. People are talking about the industry and how we can challenge the status quo, do things. Outdoor cookies. Iuda will be happy to talk to you about Nirvana, which is their ad-serving platform. It's like we've been talking about with the Twitter guys and the AOL guys we'll talk about this afternoon, the online world brought to digital outdoor, and outdoor cookies is one of the things that they'll talk about. That's it, OpenSplash, you'll see it. Insist that your vendors of choice look at OpenSplash. They'll tell you that they can't do it, okay? But insist that they look at it and give a good reason why they can't do it. That's it, I'm done. I'm going to go. I didn't get kicked off, thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Miles Quitman. I'm one of the directors of Proxima, which is now publicly listed on the AIM stock market business. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about, mobile proximity marketing in the outdoor media space. Very briefly about Proxima. We've been around since 2007, and our business is really based on connecting physical and digital. This is all about mobile proximity marketing, using physical assets to connect with mobile, and over the last 7 years or so, we've conducted more mobile proximity marketing campaigns and initiatives than any other company in Europe. Last count is over 700. We are also a mobile contactless payments company. We work with banks, mobile network operators to get their physical payment cards into mobile phones for mobile contactless payments. And I know somebody a little bit earlier was poo-pooing NFC. They're likely to have egg on their face when iPhone 6 comes out with NFC, which I can assure you it will do. Part of what we do, as I say, is connecting physical and digital. This is all about mobilizing physical infrastructure. This is retail stores, it's outdoor media. We know many of the outdoor media players and the specialists in this marketplace. You'll see right over on the right-hand side, top right, we NFC-enabled 80,000 Guinness beer fonts. It's been a challenging few years for retail. The good news is 90% of shopping was still conducted on the high street last year. And there's a fantastic opportunity for the outdoor media owners to connect physical and digital to help drive the agenda for the retailers and brands, and also to drive the agenda for internet companies to have a presence, a physical presence on the high street. Have a guess what this number's all about. This is the number of times that we check our mobile phones every day. So any organization that is not thinking about connecting with mobile is missing out a huge opportunity. The phones of today, especially with the advent of the iPhone and beacon capability, this is native technology that sits on the handsets. This technology is nirvana should be for media owners and their clients and consumers. By deploying and using this technology, you've got pull and push capability. This is NFC, which is pull, beacon capability, push messaging, and these various other native technologies in order to drive these agendas: engagement, offers, payment, and loyalty. Here's an example. No idea who this company might be, but this is a broadcasting company that is doing traditional outdoor media advertising. Imagine the opportunity of walking past this bus shelter. You feel a buzz in your back pocket and your handbag as a little message pops up and it says press here to record that show. Connecting physical and digital to drive the agenda for the brand. This can be done, digital screens in shopping centres, this can be done in health clubs, this can be done all over the place where there's an opportunity to connect a screen of some sort onto the mobile. Influencing purchase behaviour. One of the challenges here is getting those fabulous screens to connect with the second screen, the mobile phone, so that we can drive commerce for that brand or that retailer. I took this picture the other day in Waterloo, don't go there very often. Amazing screens these, well done JC&Co, and a big one over here. But what I was seeing was everybody either looking at their mobile phones, looking at the train times, or they were looking up at that. If you can connect that to a mobile, that's a spectacular experience. So you can also do this obviously in airports. This is my call to action with 20 seconds left. There is a great opportunity for media owners to use mobile to drive the agenda of your clients and to wow consumers. And guess what? You can make money out of it. But we all need to work together to make sure that we don't deploy solutions that are disparate, that don't work together. If we work together, I would say this because we have a platform that makes this happen, I think there's a great opportunity for all of us to benefit. Have a nice day.
My name is Luca, I'm the CEO of Tagalo. Tagalo is an Italian startup. What do you really think the digital out-of-home industry needs to move dollars forward and to gaining share? What we hear from everyone in the industry is a common currency. There tends to be a common currency working between digital out-of-home media agencies, digital out-of-home network owners, and software and hardware vendors. Imagine if you can see in real time what is going directly on the screen. POD, our proof of display, is this device, is a real-time advertising certification directly at the screen level. So why you have to aggregate networks when you can do aggregation at higher level? So this device allows you to understand exactly in real time if the slot the advertising has bought, the big spender has bought, has been really filled in by their advertising. So no matter what hardware or software is on the back, it works at a higher level. So it really certificates what is going on the screen. And by the way, this device is real-time detection of some problems that occurs at the screen level, such as screen black or screen frozen. So basically, it pays by itself because it reduces drastically the maintenance operating cost. And by the way, switching out a remote switch and rebooting the entire system if something problem is occurring at the screen level, it fixes 95% of issues. Second, we have the proof of audience. This is something not new, of course, and something not revolutionary. But revolutionary is the way Tagalo is doing proof of audience today. Proof of audience by Tagalo is Android revolution proof. That means that every single algorithm we use on this device has been built for working on mobile-like devices. So it's a low-cost, low-complexity solution. In today's fragmented media environment, engagement seems to be the in metric by which all the advertising effectiveness has been measured. So it's no longer to build a brand reputation or brand presence. It's much about creating a sticking relationship together with customers and trying to interact and transact together with them. And one of the biggest strengths of digital out-of-home today is, and always has been, its ubiquity. Digital out-of-home goes where the other media don't go. So this is the reason why we decided to integrate inside all this stuff an enabling technology. So if you layer on top of these screen, hardware, and software enough smart technology which can easily in making you interact and transact with your customer, the game is done. So we have built in our own Bluetooth Low Energy system. In a constantly on and on context physical world, what is going to be noisy and what is going to be valuable? So I think that you today have seen a lot of interesting things and technologies, but if you look at technology perspective, the answer is yes, they are very, very nice. Very nice, these gizmos, but they all are enabling technologies. If you look at the business perspective, there we have to see really how much value they bring to your business. So data-driven is basically the go-to phrase for the decision-making process that drives digital media marketing and digital media in general. The revolution Tagalog is bringing today on the table is exactly this, converting and leveraging the location power, which is something unique for digital out-of-home, into location intelligence. How? Through our, of course, enabling technologies and through our data scientists that are on the back of the project. Thank you.